My name is Tanusha. I'm going to talk about the climate change. Today, I want to present a speech on climate change. The average temperature of region for a long period of time is considered to be the region climate. The people who live in the region get used to condition of climate. Generally, the climate of a place does not change directly, but it takes years to change. As the climate of region depend on certain factors, they are the location of region, mountainous region, seaside, and plainland. The average rainfall in the region in a year, the amount of sunlight is received, many more. These factors help in dictating the climate of place. Weather and climate are two different factors. The weather can change within a few minutes or few hours, and the climate does not change for about a period of 35 years. It is the climate which make a suitable habitat for the natural vegetarian and the clim and the animals. The climate of a place allow a certain species of plants to grow a region and survive. Some plants require less water and more sunlight, and some plants require water and less sunlight. The climate of a place makes it easier for the plants to grow a survivor in favorable conditions. After the plants, the animals look for the suitable habitat. The animals, which can survive for several months without food and water, are comfortable staying in the region which do not have sufficient food and water. The main role behind the climate, its various, is placed by the sun. The sun rays fall on different region in different manner. As the shape of the earth is round, and the sun do not fall on the region equally. The equatorial region receives the direct rays of sunlight, and this is the reason equal region remains the hottest region throughout the year. The polar region receives the indirect slanting rays of the sun. This is the reason the polar region remains snow cover all the year round. Okay, let me talk about the global warming. Global warming is becoming a serious issue. It's coming in the way every natural habitat. Global warming is gradually changing a region average temperature and rainfall. The regions which at a moderate temperature all the year round now have temperature. The region which receive a average amount of rainfall are now either receiving a high amount of rainfall and secondary rainfall. Climate change is affecting the natural vegetation and animals very much. Plants are dying due to improper amounts of sunlight and rainfall. The animals are suffering as they are not getting sufficient supply of food. Despite having all these difficulties, the plants, animals, and human beings are trying to adjust with their new climate, as nature has ability to adapt or survive. The species which are having difficulties to survive are dying, becoming extinct, but the species which are adapting themselves were surviving. So, let me look let me give a example. Climate change due to global warming is happening because of human beings. Deforestation in forest land causes drastic change in temperature, which gradually becomes a permanent temperature of the place until new trees are grown there. Climate change is causing many problems in the environment. Forest fires are increasing due to the dryness in forest vegetation. Continuously, there is no doubt that accumulating evidence suggests that Earth climate is continually changing in direct result because human activity. The most important of causes the release of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere from fossil fuels. Okay. Let me tell about the greenhouse causes. Okay. Climatologists have compared climate model simulation of the effect of greenhouse gas emissions to that of the observed climate changes of the past. They have also evaluated the possible natural influence to include solar and volcanic activity. Climatologists have concluded that there are no new and strong evidence that the majority of the global warming observed over the last 50 years is most likely attributed to human activities. So here we go. Continuously, the gradual change of region climate drastic change in the environment. The usual weather conditions are not seen. Some different conditions of the weather are observed. The region with an average amount of rainfall receive more amounts of fewer amounts of rainfall. Let's say the conditions of climbing in a region which were considered to be the region specialistly are also changing. The plants and animals which survive in particular climate are facing difficulties in the survival. That's like what I'm saying before this. The main cause of a change of climate is global warming. It is the main cause which is making the symptoms of the weather condition of climate different for the extinct species. Okay. Climate change happens due to the global warming. It changes all the conditions of the climate of the region. The process of climate change happens over a long time. The frequent conditions of the weather of region indicate the change of climate. The frequent condition of weather of region. So, then there is the economic cause of climate change, loss of tourism, loss of fish, farmers battling food prices through the roof. Economical costs from the more frequent natural disasters. The list goes on. It almost sounds like a Mad Max scenario, but sad fact is it's far from the fiction. Alright, okay. Let me let me tell you. Okay, recent times the burning of fossil fuel has been releasing more than shocking 3 billion metric tons of CO per year. Okay, so here we go. Wait. The Earth climate nowadays is changing very rapidly and differently. Besides that, the climate changes in our Earth are affected our life by physiologically, physically, emotionally. What is climate change? Climate change is these seasonal changes for a long period of time in the world. These climate patterns play an important role in shaping natural ecosystems and the human economies, cultures that depend on them. For example, the changes in climate can affect how people, plants, and animal life, such as food production and health risks. As the Earth climate it's a dynamic and always changing through a natural cycle. The world is now worried about the changes that occurring today have been speeding up a seriously affected humans' lives. All the across the world, people are taking actions to prevent climate change. For example, in 2007, scientists from the International Panel on Climate Change (IPCC) predicted that warming oceans and melting glaciers due to the global warming and climate change could cause sea levels to rise 7 to 23 inches by the year 2100. So, some islands are so some island or some small countries will be flooded by the sea water and even disappear very soon. Because of this, we must take action as soon as possible to try to solve this problem or prevent the more serious climate changes occur. I'm interested in the topic because the climate changes in our country on this world are too serious and interesting to discuss try to fix the problem. However, what are the causes and effects of climate change that affecting our lives and our environment? Furthermore, ocean current is one of the natural causes that affecting climate changes. The ocean is the major compound of the climate system. The oceans cover about 71% of the earth and absorb twice as much of the sun radiation as the atmosphere of the land surface. Winds push horizontally against the sea surface and drive ocean current patterns. Besides that, the oceans also play an important role of the construction of carbon dioxide. The changes in ocean circulation will affect the climate through the movement of carbon dioxide into or out of the atmosphere. Moreover, another cause that affects climate changes is the Earth orbital changes. The Earth makes one full of orbit around the Sun every year. If there is no tilt, we will not experience seasons. Changes in the tilt of the Earth can affect the severity of seasons. For example, if there is more tilt means we will experience warmer summers and colder winters, and if there are less tilt means we will experience cooler summers and mild winters. Thank you so much.